You think respect is something they hand out like candy, don't you? That they'll look at you, see your good heart, and say, "Oh, here it is, kid. You've earned it." Nah, it doesn't work that way. Respect is something you gotta rip out of their hands. Force it down their throats until they choke on it. They won't give it willingly. They never will. You've been walking around hoping they'd see your worth, hoping they'd give you a seat at the table, but they've been laughing at you. Every time you turned your back, every time you gave an inch, they took miles. They spit on you. You don't even know it, but every time you walked away with your head down, they laughed. You want them to stop? You want them to finally look at you and see something other than a joke? It's simple, but it's not easy. It's not a fairy tale. You're gonna have to bleed for it. Oh, bleed, cry, and claw your way up until they have no choice but to bow to you, until they have no choice but to fear you. They don't give respect to people like us. We're not born with it, you know? We don't have shiny last names or big fat wallets to toss around. We're born at the bottom of the pit. We're the ones they step on to reach the top. And you've been letting them step on you, haven't you? You've been letting them grind you into the dirt. And why? Because you thought if you were good enough, if you just smiled, if you played by their rules, they'd let you in. But here's the kicker. They never intended to let you in. The game was rigged from the start, kid. You were never meant to win, and they knew that. They smiled in your face while they sharpened the knife for your back. That's how they operate. It's all a game, a sick little game, and you're the piece they like to move around, but never let win. You feel that anger, don't you? That tightness in your chest, that fire in your belly? Yeah, that's what you need. That right there, that feeling, that's where you start. You gotta take that and mold it into something sharper, something harder. Because here's the truth. You won't get respect with kindness. No one respects soft. You want them to respect you? You gotta make them fear you first. They're not gonna like it. Oh no. They'll fight it. They'll call you crazy. They'll call you a monster. But here's the thing. Respect and fear. They're two sides of the same coin. They don't have to love you. Hell, they don't even have to like you. But they will respect you. If they fear what you can do, they will respect you if they know that crossing you has consequences. You think it's sad, don't you? You think it's wrong. You're sitting there, probably thinking, but I don't want people to fear me. I don't want to be like them. Well, newsflash, kid. You don't get to decide that. They've already decided for you. This world doesn't care about your feelings, your morals, your little, I just want to be a good person routine. No. This world chews up good people and spits them out. And you've been spit out too many times. Now I'm not telling you to be like them. No, you're gonna be something different. Something more. They hide behind their masks of civility. But you're gonna be raw, real. You're gonna take off the mask and show them exactly what's underneath. Show them the scars they gave you. Show them the pain. Make them see what they created. And when they see it, when they finally get a good look at the beast they helped build, they'll have no choice but to respect you. Not because they want to, but because they'll be too afraid not to. You want to be liked? Fine, be liked. But know this, The people who like you won't stick around when things get tough. The moment the world turns on you, the moment you show a little bit of strength, they'll scatter. But the people who fear you, oh, they'll stick around. They'll respect you because they know you're not someone to be messed with. They'll respect you because they'll have no choice. It's sad, sure. It's not how things should be. But since when has this world ever been fair? Since when has anyone gotten what they deserve just by being good? Nah, good doesn't get you respect. Good gets you walked all over. You want to be respected? You gotta get dirty. You gotta get mean. You gotta show them that underneath all that kindness, all that goodness, there's something darker. Something that's been waiting to come out. They'll call you ruthless. They'll call you heartless. But what they call you doesn't matter. What matters is that they respect you. What matters is that when you walk into a room, they shut up. They stop laughing. They stop whispering. Because they know, oh, they know, you're not someone they can mess with anymore. They'll push you over and over again, testing your limits. They want to see how far they can go before you snap. They get off on it, watching you struggle. But you've been too nice, haven't you? You've let it slide. You told yourself, next time, I'll stand up for myself. But next time never came, did it? Because every time you thought about fighting back, that little voice in your head said, maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe they'll change. Spoiler alert, they won't. They never will. The only thing that changes people like that is fear. Fear of losing control over you. Fear of what you'll do when you finally wake up and stop playing by their rules. Look at you. You've been walking around with this fake smile, trying to please everybody. But deep down, you're not happy. You're angry. You're furious, and you're sad too, because you gave them everything, and they gave you nothing in return. That's the worst part, isn't it? That sadness. It sits in your chest, heavy like a weight you can't shake off. Every time they ignored you, dismissed you, humiliated you, it added another layer to that sadness. And now, you're drowning in it. But here's the thing about sadness. It can be a weapon. It can turn into something sharp, something deadly, if you let it. But you're afraid of that, aren't you? Afraid to embrace what you really feel. Afraid to admit that deep down, you want to hurt them. You want them to feel the way they made you feel. That's where the power is, kid. In owning that darkness inside you. In accepting that maybe the only way to get through to them is to speak their language. You know what language that is? Pain, fear, consequence. They don't listen to words, they listen to actions. And when you start showing them that you're not the weak little person they thought you were, they'll take notice. Oh, trust me, they'll take notice. You ever wonder why people like me get respect? Why people fear me? It's not because I'm the biggest or the strongest. Nah, it's because I don't care about their rules. I don't care about playing nice, about being liked. I make my own rules, and I make them live by them. You want to know what the most freeing thing in the world is? It's realizing that you don't owe anyone anything. Not your kindness, not your patience, not your forgiveness, especially not your respect. They want it, they can earn it, but they haven't, have they? They've shown you time and time again that they don't deserve it. So why are you still giving it to them? You've got all this fire inside you, and you've been smothering it, trying to play it safe, trying to fit in, trying not to upset anyone. But what has that gotten you? More disappointment, more pain, more of the same crap day after day. It's time to let that fire out. It's time to burn down the lies you've been telling yourself. That good things come to those who wait. That kindness will be rewarded. No, that's not how it works. The world doesn't reward kindness. It rewards strength. And strength comes from doing what others won't. From embracing the parts of yourself you've been told to hide. You think this world cares about fairness? About justice? Look around. Look at the people in power. They didn't get there by being fair. They didn't get there by being nice. They got there by taking what they wanted, by making people fear crossing them. You're not going to change the system by playing by the rules. You want to change the game? You gotta break the rules. You gotta show them that you're done playing nice, that you're done waiting for permission to be great. You take what's yours. You make them respect you. Not because they want to, but because they don't have a choice. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about turning into some villain. This is about survival. This is about making sure that you don't get trampled on anymore. This is about looking those people in the eye and making them realize that you're not someone they can control anymore, that they can't keep you in a box, that from now on, you're calling the shots. And they'll hate it. Oh, they'll hate it, but they'll respect it. Because respect doesn't come from love or admiration. It comes from power. And you, my friend, you've got more power than you realize. You just need to stop being afraid to use it. You think it's gonna be easy? You think just because you finally wake up and see things for what they are, that they're just gonna roll over and hand you what you deserve? No, it's gonna get harder before it gets easier. They're gonna fight back. Oh, they'll start by acting like nothing's changed. They'll pretend like they still own you. They still have control over you. And when that doesn't work, they'll try to break you. They'll test every inch of your resolve, every bit of strength you've got. They'll try to make you feel small again, like you don't matter. But that's where you show them. That's where you remind them that you've seen through the lies, that you've woken up to their game. You're gonna feel it, that weight pressing down on you. It's not gonna be fair. It's not gonna feel good. It's gonna hurt like hell. But you've felt that pain before, haven't you? You've carried it, day in and day out. Only this time, you're not carrying it for them. You're carrying it for you. You're wearing it like armor, a reminder that you've been through the fire and come out the other side. They can't burn you anymore, not if you don't let them. And when you show them that, when you look them dead in the eyes and say, I'm still standing, that's when they'll know. That's when they'll understand that they've lost their grip on you, and they'll hate it. Oh, they'll hate it. But they won't be able to deny it. They'll have no choice but to respect it. Respect. They won't give it to you, but you can take it. You can force it. You can make them bend. You can make them kneel. And when they finally do, when they finally show you the respect you deserve, it won't be out of love. It won't be out of admiration. It'll be because they're afraid of what'll happen if they don't. And you know what? That's fine. Let them be afraid. Let them tremble. Because fear is the first step to power. And power, that's what gets you respect. So what are you gonna do? Keep waiting for them to hand you respect? Keep hoping they'll finally see your worth? Or are you gonna take it? Are you gonna make them respect you, whether they like it or not? The choice is yours, kid. But remember, the world doesn't care about your choice. It only cares about strength. And in the end, they will be forced to respect you. against their will.